Hi, and welcome to my stream today, where I quickly need to mute a certain other person in the background, which you can't hear. But I was listening to the inferior floof. Hi, and welcome to my stream today, where I have just immediately realized that I forgot to turn on the certain software that allows you to redeem things. Give me one moment. It's just a second. In the meantime, I can turn on the sound of the game. Yippee! How are you guys doing today? Inferior floof, how dare you, she's wonderful. She is, however, her floof ain't that good. I need to manually do those real quick. Sorry. Hang on. Fucking wow. I have said this to her face. How are you guys today? Welcome to Golf Online, where last week I did play it a little bit, but I was so tired that I didn't really make it far past an hour. Because Golf Online is a lot of reading. When you're not in the right mindset for that. Yeah. She's just way too easy to tease. Like, seriously. Why is there again only 3 in logistics? That is wrong. Wait. Wrong. All wrong. Logistics. I actually don't know which one I cancelled. Might have been the one that is... Yep, this one. Yes. Yes. Did it cancel me? What the fuck? That is the weirdest thing I've ever been called. Also, hello, Did it cancel me? How are you doing? Let me quickly, whoop. Fun. Why? Why is it fun? I don't get it. I am chilling. I was doing some Tarkov a moment ago. As you can see in the voice box in my Discord, I got some distant shots, which was very nice. Sturman was unfortunately not up, so I didn't get to kill him. Well, rather, he was up, but he was already dead. Did have an early encounter with the goons, though, so that was not so great. Your mountain... yes, actually. That was my intention because I still needed to do scavs without body armor, which is the safest to do from there. You gotta embrace contrarianism as absurdism. They help make the smarts happen. Failing that, T's could deal with it. I don't know what that has to do with the current situation. Like, wait. There's actually an event going on where you can turn in tickets against money and sometimes against items. Yippee. The tickets literally just come from you logging in as well, so... Wait. Now, today we shall continue Mirror Stage, where Paradeus is being Paradeus. That's the easiest way to explain it. They're quite terrible. Though I will say, Bakasura, there is actually some Naitos that are redeemable, in stark contrast to your post earlier on Discord, on Twitter. For the simple reason that we have actually converted some of them. Total Naito death. And then there was also the uncorrupted children Naitos that were saved by UMP45. And then there's also Dandelion, who's technically a Naito. Just technically. And then, let's not forget about the main character of Mirror Stage. Closest thread. At the Berlin quarantine wall. Thank you for your cooperation. You're welcome. It's a job. The smiling guard brings Perosa to the power room. His attitude has done a complete 180, and he's now extremely cooperative. Thank goodness for that search warrant from the Earl. That's totally how it looks here. Things wouldn't have gone so smoothly without it. You gotta keep in mind that this is after a worldwide catastrophe that was rendered like 60% of the world uninhabitable. So the thing in the background is the quarantine wall. Not the city interior. Things wouldn't have gone so smoothly without it. However, Perosa still has her doubts. She can't deny that MacLean is the key to all this, but would everything in MacLean's memory come to pass? Perosa puts a big question mark on that. Leaving the other locations aside, Berlin's quarantine wall is essentially the city's front door, and the security here is on par with the Bundeskanzleramt. Even the guard in front of her is an elite member of the military force. Sneaking past them to destroy the quarantine wall is practically impossible. Still, this is strange. Why would the brass suddenly think of checking for security issues here? Well, you're guarding the gateway to Berlin, so you can't fault them for being too cautious. You might be a doll, but you have a way with words. The man disables the lock to the power room and opens the door cheerfully. Go ahead and look. I guarantee you won't find any issues here. Alright, don't mind if I do. Still, suspicions are suspicions and orders are orders. Perosa's not going to slack off on a mission she's been given. She has the trust of even the famously picky Griffin. Perosa's vast storage of knowledge and experience, gathered over long years of service, are her greatest weapon. Speaking of which, those friends of yours all look like very new models. No, Fedorov and Colibri are from the same batch as me. As she checks behind the equipment, Perosa exchanges occasional word with the man. Hang on a second. I don't think he's referring to either of those. And the other two are your subordinates? Yeah. The man is incredibly frivolous for a security guard. Perosa furrows her brow, but she keeps her misgivings to herself. Colibri, come in. How's the investigation on your end? Okay. That is bad. There's a jammer or something. The communications emits a burst of ear-piercing static, and Perosa gets no reply. Sorry, but no signal reception here. But signal reception in here isn't too good. We block all electronic broadcasts for security reasons. Is that so? Perosa looks back at the guard, who's all smiles. He's a traitor. As Perosa heads deeper into the room, the man locks the door behind him quietly. I finished my inspection. Please open the door. You're done? So soon? The guard looks a little surprised. And that's because there's nothing to check. Really? I guess so. I mean, this is the quarantine wall. What problem could there be? We've always... There are 3 bombs in total, all placed in the most vital locations. Once they go off, this section of the quarantine wall will be paralyzed in 15 seconds. Only someone who's intimately familiar with the space could have planted them. Is there anything else you'd like to say? The guard's smile grows stiff before his face slowly darkens. Do you really think you can stand in the way of Faraday's great work? But we already do, isn't that right? Both of them raise their guns at the same time. However, there's only one gunshot. Perosa puts her gun down, looking at the fallen human, the blood splattered on the wall behind him. She approaches the corpse, searching it briefly, and finds the signal jammer. Channels we use aren't blocked by standard jamming equipment, amateur. Perosa, are you there? I could hear some comm static. I'm here. I've settled things on my end. How about you? We have 3 here. Fedorov killed them all. The Earl won't be mad at us, I hope. They were all rotten fruit. We were simply doing some pruning. Raise the alarm. The government needs to know what happened here. Already done. Savage, are you online? Sit up. I'm on the roof. Things have been taken care of. Derringer caused a bit of trouble and I'm clearing up the aftermath. They put a huge pile of mines on the shore guns. Stay there. I'll handle the other places. Yo, dumbasses should have stay where the dumbasses ought to be. No, what I mean is, if they're sabotaging the shore guns, then it's very likely that they are planning to attack the quarantine wall. They must be working in tandem with people outside, which is why they were plotting to disable the wall's defensive capabilities. Correct, that's what I meant. You picked up on that fast. That's because they're already here. Perosa. Oh. Large enemy forces approaching. They were being led by the knight we saw before. What? Perosa, this is bad. That stupid Fedorov didn't check properly before sounding the alarm. Turns out the transmission circuit was altered so it doesn't go inside the wall, but outside it. So they're launching the attack now because they know their plan is a bust. A new channel connects to Perosa's transmission. Perosa, what's going on? I can hear gunfire from beyond the quarantine wall. Commander, it's Paradeus. Paradeus is attacking the quarantine wall. They've turned the entire garrison. We're isolated here. Hang in there. We've already arrived. And that's where we arrived to. Save them. Yippee! On the quarantine wall. Go on, keep up your futile resistance, you foolish humans. Oh. When I catch you, I'll cut you to bits. That's a small Naito. Yes, but quite a frightening one. She's more eager to fight than any other units we've seen, Commander. We must limit their ability to act. I know. Maclean? Maclean blanched at the appearance of the petite Naito. That's Narcissus. My dreams. Memories that came true after all. She clutches her collar and hyperventilates. This quarantine wall will be destroyed and everything will perish. Nobody can stop Narcissus. We will stop her. Commander studies the diminutive Naito and the forces behind her. It's impossible. I want to try. Well, unfortunately, from experience, I know that Narcissus is a bit spicy. What do we have to do? Maintain the supply line for 4 turns. Make sure the supply line is not broken. The supply line goes from where to where? From here. We need to hold this tile, for sure. Where are you going? Doesn't tell me yet. Bang. Spawn another squad. Is that what I think it is? Is that a combat capability buff for 9 turns? So right here, you should be safe for this turn down the line. And we'll actually move out this squad to attack. Best defense is a good offense. At least for a while. Vector being MVP. A total classic. Okay. We should be fine. But the enemy will attack in several places. None of which should be too bad. Bum, 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 bum. But honestly, I don't fear really any of these units apart from Nasus itself. Yeah, these pages have been having issues with loading. So I'm just gonna ignore this one for now. Don't know why it does, but it just does. Where are you trying to go? You are going right there. Okay, we can work around that, honestly. For a very simple and funky little reason. Because as long as that's the only place she is patrolling to, we can just make the supply line go around her. Because right now she just goes to this place. And as long as that's all, we should be fine, because we can just build a supply line right here. We need to move you over here. I made a mistake. Ah! Wait, no, I didn't. Haha! I can get away with this. It's still technically a mistake, but I got away with it, so that's fine by me. Depends entirely on when where that unit goes. Actually, this one will also cut in, probably. Oh, we're lucky. Everyone went where I wanted them to go. We will probably need that EMP on my left, though. Bang, bang. I kind of wish that certain games had more weird guns in them. Like, I know that Tarkov is very much built on the Milsim community, but at the same time, it would just be really cool if there was more prototype stuff in there. Or if, you know, they actually supported more weapons and just not just the Russian ones to that ridiculous degree. Because I know that a lot of Western, or specifically the M4, is extremely well supported. But at the same time, nothing can get modded as much as an AK in that game. Let's go. Mission failed. Why did we fail? What? When did we fail? Huh? Not like a FAMAS? Yeah, that, like, just generally stuff would be cool. Actually, let me just quickly... Sure. By the way, there's a reason why I do this separately for 3 times. But it's not very interesting. Nope, that's the wrong button. Sends me to a different kind of battle. Not the one we want to go to. Bit of stage. There's just a bunch of guns that I actually find would be really cool. Like, we have the SA-58, the FAL in the game. But, for example, what if we put a G3 in the game? Right? Maintain the supply line. Make sure the supply line is not broken. Okay. What if we put a G11 in the game? That would be kind of cool. Would it be useful? But cool. Move you here. Spawn another unit. And we do need to move you down the line to a place where you will not be attacked. Which is right here. Push out. There's just a lot of guns that would be really cool. Now, I'm not expecting, like, a whole bunch of that to actually happen. But every once in a while we get new stuff. Like, in the last big update we got Uzis, which is really cool. I will admit, though, I haven't actually used them yet. I'm still not quite sure why we lost just now, by the way. PSG-1? Yeah, exactly. You see, the PSG-1 is really cool. But there's a reason why I said the G3. Because the PSG-1 is a hyper-accurarized version of the G3. It is essentially just a G3 with a changed bolt and just a heavier barrel that is more prone for accuracy, and then also, since machining tolerances and everything, they are factory selected to be the action that is the most accurate. And when you have the PSG-1 and the G3 in there, you technically also have an MSG-90 in there, which is just the military version of the PSG-1. There's a slight difference, of course, because police snipers have a different requirement than... yeah. But, you know. You break through over here. What's the difference? I would have to look them up directly right now, but essentially it's almost the same gun. I believe it's just made in a way where it doesn't require as much handcrafting, but I'm not entirely sure. Not off the top of my head. Spawning a bit over here. Swoop. Switch these two out. That's all I can do for now. And next turn we really need to bring up that that EMP grenade. We could also try to beat Narcissus, but Narcissus does have a combat buff right now, which is a little spicy. Just a tiny bit. As you can see, though, the normal default Taradeus units don't stand a chance. Bang. I love IWS in this game. She is so fucking fun to use.
これでまた私への指揮官の評価が上がりますね。
So essentially we need to dash to over here. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From there it's just a switcheroo. Q. Pick up the EMP grenades and bring it back. Spot the target shown with an illusion, then the line that retreats after spot this echelon. Debuff the enemy by deactivating the force fields. You. Fuck you. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away? It doesn't download anyway, so fine. Next up, we chuck the EMP grenade at Narcissus. Next up, we pray. We buffed ourselves to hell and back. We debuffed her. Surely this is gotta be... Hey, we won! She did actually do a bit of damage to us, but we won! I didn't expect that, I'll be honest. The funny thing is that because I fucked up, we might actually still lose. That guy is just gonna go there and fuck us over. Please walk into my unit instead. Actually, there's no connection line there. He's just gonna walk straight in. He's just gonna ruin it. Shit! I'm an idiot! I might have saved it. I might have saved it, that is. By pure coincidence. Then again, I might not have. I think I'm just seeing things right now. Eh. I am dumb. Very dumb. Bang bang. You're smart, yeah, I approve. Lies. Deception. Supply line broken. Turns left 1. Fucked it up. doesn't exactly save this though. I still fucked up. Well, well, well. And now we lose. We screwed it up. Come on. Was it all the battles? And we lose. I mean, the thing is, I don't even have to go through the next turn because turns left 0. We need to have a supply line established for a continuous 4 turns. I screwed it up. And the best thing is, the easiest way to not screw it up would have just been to not dash into Darcis, because, yeah. Imagine being smart, right? Can I bomb this one into submission to a point where I can actually... Can Dandelion beat that now? That is what I'm currently questioning, because that would save me a move. Actually, no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. That doesn't do anything. Dash out front. Yippee! Hello, my machine gun squad. Though I will admit that machine gun squads are usually not super useful. I like using them. Now let's try this again. First of all, Dandelion needs to be removed from frontline combat for a very simple reason. Hey, I actually managed to bump that out of existence, so I did actually save a move in the end. Where is the shortest path to get to that EMP? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's all the same. Okay, never mind. There is a connection there. Yeah. This squad did do fine against Narcissus, so let's just use that against her. Bye bang. I find it a little sad that nowadays the best squad is just a fairly default AI SMG squad. Apart from the fact that Scar 17 is in it. Scar H. Because I like the unique squads. I also like that fairly early in the game's history, you used to be using a lot more of these types of squads, where the survivability is very low, but the damage output is massive. Nowadays you have ways to just turn certain T-Dots absolutely invulnerable for a while, which can be cool, can also be kind of boring. Bang bang. Killing me enemy before. Yeah. There will be enemies that that doesn't work with. And technically this squad does the same, but this squad doesn't work nearly as well. Because machine guns do have a fairly big weak spot if you go up against anything that is technically stronger than them. Rifles continuously deal that damage. Machine guns have to reload. That's a problem. So we need to get down the line out of there. So what we will do is move down the line to right there. On this place, we're going to spawn this spot, which we will shuffle all the way up there. Down the line, you get to decide which to bomb. Honestly, we're taking that one. For a very simple reason. That is around about the place where I want down the line to be right now. Second of all, Dandelion, you buff the right foot squat. And you debuff the boss. Then we throw an EMP at the boss. And then actually you're going to move over here because I think that is actually out of combat range of anybody in the enemy's side. I don't think there's a connection. There in fact is not. So Dandelion is now actually surrounded by friendlies. That is perfect. We have the turn and we hold the line.
援護する。勘違いするな。本当の勝利まで道のりは3回して迎撃。油断ターゲット。ならだ、運が回ってきた。
Pop.
私の狩りに失敗。
Now I really hope that we don't have to battle Narcissus without the EMP being active, because that would really suck. Because just now we did actually have the EMP active, and it was mildly annoying, but not hyper annoying. Mm.
敵をマークしました。戦闘の私のリズムですわ。次の一歩弾薬を無駄にして、そんなんじゃ私に傷をつけることもできないよ。行動終了。すべて順調でしたわ。
Soon we'll get back to the story. Dandelion buff? Lol. Dandelion debuff, lol. Pray. We do need to resupply this spot though. Shmoop. Resupply. Surprisingly, everybody else seems to be doing fine on supplies. It was just that spot. Teehee? Will this work? I have no idea. Screaming. Internally. Maybe even externally. But ding. Crossing my fingers. Lol. Seems to work. She just ditched out. She actually did less damage to us than before, and I don't know how she wasn't debuffed by the EMP. What the hell? Okay, you know what? I'll fucking take it. I'll fucking take it. Ding 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 ding. We did it. It only took me way too many attempts. This wasn't even a difficult mission, I'm just stupid. Yippee. Clothos threat re. No. After a fierce battle, the commanders kept Narcissus and the forces at a safe distance from the quarantine wall. By the time it's over, the commander's back is drenched in cold sweat. The commander looks at the knights staring daggers at them and gulps. Dandelion was right. They've never encountered such a fearsome enemy before. Daggers almost here. Paradeus is withdrawing. Parosa's gun was trembling in her hands. She had not expected Paradeus to bring this many troops, nor had she expected the opposing commander to be so skillful in battle. If they had been in an attack range, if they had not been raining fire down from from high ground. Sorry about that. If they had not been raining fire down from the high grounds, if they had fought Narcissus on even slightly less advantageous terms, they wouldn't have stood a chance. On hindsight, everyone feels that MacLean's fear is perfectly justified. You! Among the retreating Paradeus forces, Narcissus throws a hysterical fit. Her eyes zero in on MacLean, who's standing beside the commander. For the sake of Father's plan, you must die! A shimmering streak of white hovering next to Narcissus rips through the air, heading straight for MacLean. Look out! The massive floating blade just barely passes over MacLean's head. The vacuum in its wake triggers a wild gust that almost blows Colibri off her feet. The commander tackles MacLean to the ground, but ends up getting cut instead. Commander, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. It's strange, though. I thought I dodged it? You wouldn't have gotten off so easily if you had been hit by the blade itself. Dandelion looks up at the floating blade that's already turning around mid-air. The other two members of the AR team raise their weapons, but they can't aim fast enough to shoot it down. Having missed their attack, a terrifying expression creeps over Narcissus' delicate features as she stands at the foot of the wall. It will make Narcissus very happy if I kill you. Still muttering to herself, she turns and leaves with the rest of the Paradeus forces, while the gathered dolls look on. That Nitro kinda gives me the creeps. Actually, she reminds me a bit of you. No way! Honestly, yes way. That's really mean. No, she does have a point. You do kind of go into the enemy forces and rip them limb to limb. You pull out their eyeballs! The commander sits up and inspects their arm. Fortunately, only their sleeve got cut and they are basically unhurt. However, the commander could swear the blade didn't touch them. I thought this sort of thing only happened in light novels. MacLean? And that's when the commander noticed a certain change in MacLean's gaze. Robin. She slowly rises to her feet and walks up to the edge of the quarantine wall incredulously. She leans forward and looks down, unable to suppress her excitement. The commander shoots Ro a look, worried that MacLean will simply fall over the edge. The wall... What about it? The wall is standing, Robin. MacLean whirls around, surprised in the light written all over her face. The others are confused by intense reaction. What the hell are you talking about? The wall didn't fall. Yes, I can see that. So what? Were you hoping we would lose and get chopped up by the Nitro? MacLean? In your memories, the wall was destroyed. Wasn't it? Yes, that's right. MacLean clasps her hands to her chest and closes her eyes like she's praying. She slowly regains her composure and realizes that her reaction might warrant an explanation. My memories, my dreams, or perhaps my prophecies, until now they have never been wrong. Everything I saw in my memories eventually became reality. Is that why you're such a believer in destiny? Yes, but Robin, you did it. You changed destiny. No, I didn't change destiny. This is hardly a big of a deal. I was warned ahead of time so I could prepare for it, and we won. It's just that simple. And when what you saw didn't come true, those memories fragments which speak of the future are nothing more than bad dreams. MacLean seems a little dazed as she looks at the dust blowing in the distance. She can't even make out the retreating Paradeus forces anymore. I know what you're getting at, Robin. But for me, it's very hard to separate dreams from reality. I've tried to change destiny, but I've never succeeded. I'll die by an unnatural cause, and that too is destined. Have I ever appeared in your dreams? No, not even once. Well, that makes things simple. Just remember, any place where I am is reality. What? I don't appear in your dreams. Nor do I appear in any of the futures that your memories show. And I don't believe that destiny is set in stone either. So if you're willing to trust me, I will keep you safe, and I will stop all the foretold tragedies from happening. Robin... You look like you've got something to say. What would be the point? Who's going to listen now? I take it you're not happy with how things are going? 15. If you got something to say, then say it. Don't keep everything bottled up. If you imitate M4 and talk in that weird tone again, I'll break your legs. So what's upsetting you? Can't you tell? The commander nearly died back there. I can't believe nobody said anything about it. That's because nobody expected the commander to do that. You think so? AR-15 snorts. I think it played perfectly into that woman's plans. She's got a grasp on the commander's personality. She knew the commander would save her, so she deliberately exposed herself to danger and baited the commander into falling for it. The only reason why she failed was because the opposition didn't coordinate well enough with her. Is that what you think? Does it not make sense? You're always so suspicious, 15, but I'm glad you're around. Get back here! Someone's gonna have no legs anymore. The cheats measure, I guess? Or like kisses? I'm not sure. Outside bone stuff. Bone stuff? Yep. The next location is bone stuff. You didn't know? The commander seems a little surprised. Of course I didn't know. If I had known... MacLean remembers what she went through in bone stuff and bites a lip. Are they going to attack this place too, Robin? I think so. If the U-Bahn station hit the quarantine wall are any indication. Your memories are quite reliable. But how are things on the quarantine wall? The government officials who came have taken over. It'll be fine. Good. Then let's focus on what's ahead of us. Dandelion? Their defenses are shockingly lax. I thought barging in would take some effort after what happened last time. But now it looks like they've either given up or something has happened to them. Don't tell me they already. MacLean clutches the commander's sleeve anxiously as she waits for Dandelion to continue. No, I don't think we're too late. There are no signs of explosions in the village, and I can detect many signs of human activity. What are they plotting? Commander, we should just skip this location and move on to the next one. Don't forget, this is a Paradeus stronghold. It'll be too late to regret our actions once we charge in there and get around it. This place is a Paradeus stronghold? What nonsense are you talking about? I won't dignify that with a reply. The people here have just been deceived by Paradeus. They probably don't even count as official members of Paradeus yet. MacLean's visions are proof of that. If this place really gets attacked, then they've pretty much been cannon fodder for Paradeus from the beginning. May I remind you that these cannon fodder gave us a really hard time when we last came here. When they go mad, they're harder to handle than any other enemy. It's true that going in alone into enemy territory is very unwise. 45, you and Squad 4 stand by here and prepare to pick us up at any time. Roger. I won't even charge you extra for it. But where would they hide the bombs in such a large village? The amount of explosives needed to destroy such a spread out village would be even more ridiculous than what you need to bring down the quarantine wall. Considering Elia is the key figurehead of Bonesdorf, if I had to do it, I'd start with her. However, just to be on the safe side, Perosa, take Squad Griffin and look around the village. Understood. Given the present state, we might not be noticed even if we walked in through the front door. In any case, let's be careful. We're not welcome here. MacLean, can you stay here with Squad Griffin? Why? You're too recognizable. I'm worried that the villagers will go crazy if they see you. MacLean clutches her sleeve. She hesitates briefly, then looks up and shakes her head. Please take me with you, Robin. I won't cause you trouble. And if some disaster is going to strike the Bonesdorf, I don't want to stay here and do nothing. Just to put this out there, but I'm opposed to this. What do you think, Commander? The Commander looks first at MacLean, then at the quiet village. Alright, but we have to be careful. If it really comes to a fight, at least they won't go too overboard with you around. Thank you, Robin. At the same time, over with Angie. Earlier that day, Galatea Sanatorium. In Leona's ward, the television is showing the news coverage of a terrorist attack on the Galatea's medical storage facility, somewhere on the outskirts of Berlin that occurred yesterday. The facility has been reduced to ashes, and all fruits of their research stored within have gone up in smoke. You actually went and did it. I've warned you. Staring at the vial Angie has placed on the table, Leona grips at the armrest of a chair anxiously with her uninjured hand. I just want you to understand. Not only do I have what it takes to throw down the gauntlet to Grey, I did it, and I live to tell the tale. I'm capable of offering you protection. I've told you before, I want no part in this anymore. Say that to those who've died because of your research. After all you've done, now you say, I wash my hands of this business, so please leave me alone? Do you really think the world is so simple? You jumped into the whirlpool. You made that choice yourself. Getting out is not an option. Either choose a side or be ripped apart by the whirlpool. Think carefully. Why should I pick your side? Don't forget, I'm in this sorry state all because of you. Leona wriggles the shoulder that is still in a cast and snickers, either in contempt or in self-pity. I give you the simple answer. You have no other option. Do you really think Grey is a good collaborator? Angie rolls the vial over to reveal Galatea's logo. We are the only ones who can protect you. If that still doesn't compute. Just think about it. In Bremen, who was it that tossed you aside like a pawn? Your injuries were my subordinates doing, but don't you remember who put you in that situation in the first place? Leona stares at the logo. She can almost hear RPK's devilish murmur again. She deliberately cornered you and forced you to hand over your research. She has been using you the whole time, and you're still counting on her to save your life. Surely even an idiot can tell she's bad news. Angie points at the television, which is still reporting the incident at the storage facility. How are you going to protect me? Stasi's standing right outside the door. One nod from you, and I can mobilize the strongest armed force of this country to give you personal protection. I could have killed you in Bremen, but I didn't. You know I'm a woman of my word. Beads of sweat form on Leona's forehead. It is obvious that she is in deep internal conflict. After a while, she finally looks up, having come to a decision. What do you want to know? Your research. What exactly is it about? What is Grey after? What is she doing? My research is very simple. The special substance known as the collapse particle has fascinating relationship with plants. As a kind of vessel, the epiphyllum can absorb collapse particles, then it erupts and discharges them after a cycle. During the cycle, the collapse particles in these loaded epiphylia cannot be detected. At least there is no existing technology that can detect them. My job is to test what external factors affect the latency of the epiphyllum's eruption. In other words, to make it possible to control when a loaded epiphyllum erupts. So, basically, you can deliver epiphylla loaded with collapse particles anywhere. A chill runs down Angie's spine. This is what Grey is after. She's planning an epiphyllum eruption somewhere. How do terrorist attacks and destroying the city benefit her? She isn't doing this for the sake of the destruction, obviously. The aim is to release collapse particles in small areas to increase the number of ELIT cases. Then by launching a cure, she will gain the people's support and they will rely even more on her. I don't know what her ultimate goal is, but the plan is working. Let's see. Sooner or later, she'll cause a riot by orchestrating a large-scale attack, and Rosatis plants in Germany will go down a drain. Way to go, William. I never took part in Operation, but I know of a few locations. She had me send my creations to those places. They're all in Berlin. I know nothing about the details, but I can give you a list so you'll know where she's planning to carry out the plan. No, there's no time. Grey's in such a hurry to get rid of me because the plan is reaching a critical stage. She could begin any time. But this is really all I know. That's okay. I can always just pay her a visit. What? Are you crazy? It's worth a shot. Angie stands up with her fist clenched. Then as she suddenly remembers something, she rummages through her pockets and fishes out a name card. Besides, she invited me herself. Do you really promise you'll keep me safe? Leona looks at Angie, apprehension written all over her face. Don't worry. And he stuffs Grace's card back, back into her pocket. I promise. Achilles and the tortoise. Okay. Galatea Sanatorium. Stasi agents have set up a defensive perimeter around Leona's ward. Even the caretakers and doctors need to clear very thorough safety checks before they let through. This has no doubt caused no small amount of malcontent and grievances among the sanatorium staff, but J. Flies 1 stands his grounds, and the staff has no choice but to submit to the security measures. Inside Leona's ward. It's been a while, Miss Leona. It's a relief to see you in good health. The only person allowed in a ward is a bodyguard, who is none other than the tactical doll RPK-16. Oh god. This is gonna go horribly wrong. And for the moment, I have absolutely no idea. Now, I have played all the other events, as people that know me know. So, I know. This is not good. Needless to say, Leon is not at all happy with this arrangement. Stay back, don't come any closer. Her mending fingers start throbbing with pain again. What an odd request, I'm your bodyguard. I can't protect you if I'm too far away now, can I? I don't need your protection. What the hell is wrong with Angelia? For all of adults, why did she send you? If she wants me dead, she could just give it to me straight. And she needs a powerful doll that specializes in assault with her on the current mission. She can't spare either 15 or 94, so that leaves only me. Also, I actually volunteered to be your bodyguard. I'm sure we'll enjoy each other's company. Is something wrong with you as well? What about the Stasi or the security guards at the sanatorium? Literally anyone else would do. I want you out of my face. Alright, calm down, Miss Leona. Don't forget, right now you're at the top of that Mrs. Grey hit list. You're not in any position to be picky, you know? No matter how much you hate me, you must admit that I am very dependable. As long as I'm with you, no one can lay a finger on you. Someone who makes a fearsome foe but a reliable ally. Don't you find that terribly charming? Should you be tooting your own horn? Honesty is a virtue. I'm starting to contemplate suicide. You won't, Miss Leona. I can tell you that you are clinging to life as dearly, actually more dearly than normal people. What happened to bring about such a change in you? Oh, I see. You regretted this as soon as you pulled the trigger, didn't you? You are very fortunate. Of all the people who have sought to end their lives, you've been given a second chance. Stop talking like you know me inside out, you psycho. What kind of mad scientist would build an AI like you? Oh. I am the way I am, not because of mere thoughts or programming, but because something far more valuable. Valuable? Oh, I know. Your hydraulic fluid is probably some kind of insanely rare poison, isn't it? Why, are you considering a change in career? Thinking about getting into building dolls? God, why am I even talking to you? Oh, what a shame. I was hoping you had some good advice to offer. If you're so interested, why don't you try your hand at it yourself? You can build yourself an army of nutcases to play with. Build dolls? No, sorry to shoot down your idea, but I have absolutely no interest in dolls. Actually, I want to become you. Become me? Are you messing with me? Of course not. You make a terrible butt of a joke. More specifically, I want to become human. Become human. To have a body made of flesh, to hurt like humans, to breathe like humans, to be fearful of death, like humans. If I were human, I would be closer to perfection, don't you think? Leona gulps nervously and shifts a chair further back. I forgot to... Shit. Fuck. I missed the timing to snooze the ad. Ah! I am very sorry. That's it. I can't take it anymore. You're honestly giving me the creeps. Get me another bodyguard. Even a human will do. As the conversation escalates, there's suddenly a knock on the door. That will be Mr. J. RPK smiles faintly and rises from a chair as if the conversation has just now never happened. Miss Silverfox, the director, has finally agreed to share the authorization code of the security system with us. I'm giving it to you. A tired-looking Jay pushes open the door with a flash drive in his hand. completely oblivious to the strange atmosphere inside the room. Thank you, Mr. J. This is incredibly helpful. RPK takes the drive. She pulls out the connection cable from her neck and interfaces with the security system on the sanatorium. Jay stands there as he looks back and forth between RPK and Leona. He notices the latter is giving him an odd look. Why are you looking at me like that? Do I have vegetables stuck between my teeth? Miss Leona is currently feeling very torn, having to choose between dangerous safety and safe danger. RPK says dully without looking up. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Is that a riddle? Simply put, you look too unreliable, Mr. J. Is there a third option? Give me someone else. What? Jay scratches his head. He has a feeling that he's being looked down on. He already looks like a joke to begin with. On top of that, he's even more battered up than me. Is the Stasi this desperate? Are you even trying to keep me safe? Hey, give me some credit. I just lost a subordinate who was like a little brother to me. I'm still doing my duty even though I suffered both physical and mental trauma. I don't care what kind of deal Angie has struck with some bigwig, but I had to fight tooth and nail with Galatea senior management just for your sake. Do you have any idea how much work it took to get our men in here? Only losers keep talking about how hard they work. And none of that would matter if I end up getting hurt, would it? Come again? Mr. J? What now? I need to teach the stupid scientist a lesson. They're here. What? A massive explosion erupts from outside just as RPK finishes her sentence. What's happening? Leona jumps like a spooked cat. Hey, status report. Paradise is here. The leader is the Black Knighter. Another explosion cuts the comms. Jay tears out his airpiece and racks the bolt on his rifle. These bastards. They came after all. What? Leona's brightness has evaporated instantly. I mean, you promised, right? I don't want to die in this godforsaken place. I know. Jay snaps at Leona before tearing out of the room and slamming the door behind him. The situation doesn't look very good. What? How do you know? Didn't the Stasi send a lot of men? First of all, it's pretty clear from Mr. J's comms that Paradise is here in large numbers. You heard it yourself. Secondly, human soldiers are no match for Paradise forces, let alone a bunch of them with a knight in the lead. The sanatorium's dolls have decent specs, but none of them have the combat experience to take them on. And finally, ever since we lost Mr. Light, Mr. J has not been his calm usual self. Basically, he is currently unfit for command. What? Then what do we do? Right in Q, yet another explosion can be heard from the outside. This time it sounds much closer. Leona's panic seems to have overpowered the fear of RPK as she clings tightly to the door. Judging by the speed, it'll take them 5 minutes max to get here. They're using explosives in broad daylight. Rejoice, Miss Leona. You're being given VIP treatment that even Angie didn't receive. What are you babbling on about? I only agreed to work with you to keep myself alive. Where's Angelia? Get that woman here at once. Isn't there 4 of you? Leona starts pacing the room desperately with obvious hysteria, her one last shred of sanity threatening to give out any seconds. That is correct. RPK replies in a soothing voice. My mission is to keep you safe, whatever the cost. Miss Leona, shall we run? Run? Leona stops in her tracks and stares at RPK incredulously. Yes. RPK's... Whoops. Well, I guess those are running. Wum bum 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 bum. RPK smiles. Hee hee. It is sometimes way too easy in this game to accidentally skip a voice or a line. That is a lot of quote-unquote citizens. I just noticed something about the citizens. And I find that very funny. Every single one of these citizens is a G36 in a different skin. But I think one of them is actually repeated a few times. A G36 has a lot of skins. That right there is a default. And that's the beach skin, that's a Christmas skin, wedding skin, Children's Day skin. I think this was Chinese New Year or something like that. And a butler skin. And that's not even all of the ones, that's just a few. Pursue the Naito, capture the indicated nodes. Look for clues among the crowd at the start of the mission. The Naito will appear next rounds. Okay. So this will capture me some nodes. This will be captured. This will be captured. These two nodes won't be captured. But apart from that, essentially almost everything else will. Unless one of them turns. Oh, that was laggy. Oh god. Defeat the Naito. Okay. Well, this should be fine. We get to fight twice.
任務完了。休む暇などありません。次の命令をください。
That is a lot of power for that Naito, I've got to say. Now, whether or not that's actually accurate, or if we're gonna have to play a minigame, I don't know. I have a feeling you should not be in the middle. This isn't great. I'm missing something. I am definitely missing something. I'm not sure what I'm missing. But I'm missing something. That's loud. Tiff, tiff, tiff. Battle failed. Okay, well, as I said, I'm missing something. I don't know what. Repeats. It did say that we were supposed to look for clues. Does that, okay, that probably just means we're supposed to go there, doesn't it? Wait, if I could switch, move, switch, move. Okay, let's just restart. Me stupid. Okay, let's try that again. Switch, and a switch. Because this will get us further. Switch, and a move. Yippee! turn? Question mark?
誰にも失望させないから。
任務完了。休む暇などありません。次の命令をください。
So I'm still missing something.
新たな任務を受け取りました。
You've earned a new mission objective. That's great, but like, there was an orange marker here, and I don't know why. Nothing happened when I reached it. Something's fucking wrong. What the hell is going on? I don't get it. I don't get it. Ah. Able to blow. I don't know. What the fuck's happening? Capture the indicated node. I did. Nothing happened. I don't understand. I don't understand what this mission is supposed to be. Like, Agelia is definitely too weak to beat the fucking Naito, so, like, what? What is going on? I don't understand it at all. I am very confused. Fucking 71,000. We can't fucking beat that. What am I supposed to do? What? Like, every single other unit on the map I can beat, but how the fuck am I supposed to beat the Naito? I don't get it. Like, the fucking shield alone is gonna be the death of me. I don't get it. I don't understand this at all. And we got her halfway. How far are we supposed to damage her? I don't get it at all. I do not understand. We don't deal barely any damage. And the longer this goes on, we need less damage. So what the fuck am I supposed to do? Yeah, but I don't understand. I don't get it. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I don't get it. Mission failure. Yeah, yippee. I don't... What am I supposed to do? What is supposed to happen? Look for clues. Okay, great. I went here. That didn't do anything. What? Huh? I don't understand this. 9 rounds. Why 9 rounds? What the fuck is going on? I don't get it. Okay, I can end the turn here, I guess. Nothing happens if I do this. It just revealed who the Naito is. Which I know anyway, because she's gonna appear right now. That doesn't help me. I can't do anything about her. She's just there. So what do I do now? I don't get it. What the fuck is this mission?
任務完了。休む暇などありません。次の命令をください。
So what now?
新たな任務を受け取りました。
Defeat the Naito. Great. That is absolutely great. I don't know how. I can't spawn units, and Angelia is definitely not strong enough to beat her. I'm also going to run out of ammo because I'm going to have to fight one more unit, so that doesn't work in the first place. What the hell am I supposed to do? I'm just gonna end the turn here and see what happens. So I don't fucking know. I don't get it at all. What am I doing? What is going on? Okay. I don't. Because with that, Chief, yeah, I'm gonna have to look this up because I don't understand this mission. I don't understand it at all.
私にできるのはこれしかない。
任務完了。休む暇などありません。次の命令をください。
Funny enough, there was a trigger just now that did something when I did this. So, I don't know, man. I have one idea. It's really stupid. I don't think it should do anything. It might do something. Maybe we just need to go to different tiles while they're still occupied with enemies, all of questionable enemies. Because when I went over here to the right and then back to the left, it actually did something. It doesn't do it this time, I guess. Don't know. I don't know. I don't know! This doesn't make any fucking sense! The symbols in the bottom left are essentially just to change the view of the map so that you can see other things better. Essentially, one is to display combat strength numbers more clearly, one is to display the paths on the map more clearly and stuff. It's just usual interface stuff, so nothing with that. I'm gonna have to look this up. I don't get it. This is the very first time in my... How long has this game been out? But in my years of playing this game, this is the very first time that I'm sitting here like... I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, Engie's Combat Squad just doesn't have enough combat strength to beat them. So, what are you supposed to do? I'm just gonna go and Google this. Fucking, what the hell? Yeah. Okay. Okay, hang on. I am a little confused still. Is that really it? Oh, for fuck's sake. I hate it. I hate it so much. Yeah, I'm really glad that this kind of combat doesn't really happen anymore because it's ass. It really is just attack the Naito. That's it. Put Angie in front because apparently she's tankiest, and then just attack the Naito. The problem with that is that it's not quite as simple. It does actually have the worst part, in my personal opinion. I have to say that a lot of people actually do enjoy it, of the fucking game mechanics in it. Which is fucking... I hate this. Don't like it. Do not like it. This mission is ass. Thank you for the advance. Yeah, genuinely, this is the only mission in the entire game so far where I genuinely think that the game could have just done without this. Just don't do this. Please. I hate this. Because what you have to do is, first of all, set this to this. Sending Julia to the front.
私にできるのはこれしか
And every time that reinforcements come in, you just want to possibly retarget. No, fuck. Which I'm really bad at because it's a terrible game mechanic. This is it, by the way. This is the entire surgery. This is all you have to do.
私にできるのはこれしかない 私にできるのはこれしかない
Yep, that's it.
誰にも失望させないから
This mission is shit. I hate it. I really hate it. It's terrible. Genuinely, and like I have played some missions that were genuinely not very easy or anything, but this one so far, worst mission of the entire game. And I enjoy puzzle maps, but that's not a puzzle, that's just ass. Yeah. Anyway. Collision the Tortoise 3. Yippee! Boom. Damn it, damn it, damn it! What the hell, the audacity? We're smack in the center of Berlin. And they are. Would you look at that? Actually, you can't. It's right behind my head. It's a building. The enemy has deployed the far larger force than Jay had anticipated. The combined forces of the Sanatorium's own security team and the Stasi are barely enough to keep the Niter from breaking through the door. He had considered many possible scenarios, but he never thought they would just bulldoze their way in. If reinforcements made it in time, taking out these intruders will be a piece of cake, but the enemy is obviously also aware of that. Defend the term was enough? Yep. Even though Jay had tried his utmost to inform the sanatorium of the potential threats, the institution refused to transfer any of the patients, including Leona. In other words... In other words, right now there are a lot of civilians and caretakers inside the building, and he simply does not have the manpower to keep everyone safe. I need to pick up something, anything. Jay Matas's forehead becomes clammy with perspiration. If only Light were here. Full-scale attack! Just as Jay is on the verge of despair, a familiar voice shouts from the Paradise flank. 15. Roger. Jay peers out from behind his cover and sees a silvery figure snaking its way through the heart of the Paradise force. As black and white collides, a powerful arm grips the Niter by the throat and smashes her into the ground. Jay! What? Oh, got it! Group A! Group B! Get in there! How is he not dead? I thought he was dead! With Engineered Light's intervention, Paradise attack is subdued in a matter of seconds. Only then does Jay realize that other than the leading Niter, the assault force is made up entirely of human soldiers armed with high-tech weapons. Also, they're all dead. The Niter also stopped breathing. They ingested delayed action poison. Whether they succeeded or not, they die here. Can they be identified? They all have been disfigured, and I'm not getting any fingerprints. I've extracted DNA samples from each of them. I'll send the data over to Mr. Light in a moment. I got them. Jay, please cross-check with these with what we have in the Stasi database. Jay? You little piece of... Please cross-check the data. You owe me an explanation here. Sorry, I didn't want to keep you in the dark. I told him to keep it a secret. Went pretty well, didn't it? You'd better explain yourself. As you can see, Paradise is getting desperate. When they tried to assassinate me, they knew they had to avoid being discovered. But this time, because we already knew their target and were well prepared, assassination wasn't going to work. So they had to risk it and take the more direct approach. They sent a force just large enough to overpower you. No more, no less. And when I ambushed them out of the blue, things got completely out of hand for them. Wait, so when did you escape from the fire? Once Miss Angie had fled, the assassins retreated. But I couldn't get out with my twisted ankle. It was Miss AK-12. I see, so it's all thanks to Miss Snowwolf. Once you get downloaded into a new body, remind me to buy a drink. Enough chit-chats, we're on a tight schedule here. Jaeger was right. No. Fuck Jaeger. I'm glad he's dead. We didn't. Angie put a bullet through his forehead, and I'm very glad for it. I'll tell you, Admiral Fang. Take the nitoscopes away. It's important evidence. Where's Leona? Your silver fox is watching her. So where are they? Huh? Thank you very much for the follow, Admiral Fang. Jay turns around and scans the surroundings. Strange. Wasn't she guarding the ward? Angie? What is it? It's RPK. Angie? What happened? Where are you? Is Leona safe? I'm sorry? What? In the underground tunnel. You got blessing, right? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm sorry. Angie arrives at the scene only to find it in total shambles. RPK is sitting stooped on the floor, leaning heavily on a gun and looking very bleak. Leona's lifeless body is slumped against the wall. Splashes of blood unfurl behind her like wings. From the stairs, Angie cannot see her face except for the beads of blood dropping down from a drooped head. Moth stands around in the lights, casting fluttery shadows on the tragically beautiful corpse. Leona's dead. How did this happen? We were ambushed. It was a white Naito. A white Naito? Angie walks down the stairs wordlessly and kneels down to Leona. Leona's little eyelashes, which were always trembling with fear, have grown still, and eyes are now completely dull and soulless. The ghastly wound across her throat was no doubt inflicted by a sharp blade, and she can't help but picture a white Naito brandishing a large scythe. At least she wasn't. She never has to be fearful of anything ever again. I promised her. Hmm? I promised to keep her safe. Angie clenches her fist in bitterness. She reaches out to close Leona's eyes. This time, she didn't manage to protect anyone either. Knowing what we know of after the fact, I don't believe that wasn't a white knight, or was it? Hey, it's a nerd! Hello there, Fox. Let me give you a quick shout-out. How was your ukulele stream? Hope you're having a good time. I'm a nerd, how are you? I too am a nerd. It's awfully quiet. It's almost like someone's not talking. We'll just quickly grab some rewards while we're doing this. Yo! Yo! Always one of my favorite nerds. Hope your stream was good. I was lurking and chatting a bit earlier, but, you know, time and everything. Actually, funny thing. Hang on. Actually, it doesn't display it for you, so it doesn't even matter. Wasn't the ukulele stream at the end, so she switched to the bass? I see! I am a nerd. You sure as hell am a nerd. Trust me.
には早速仕事を始めましょう
But yeah, the thing that I've tried to do doesn't even work because you don't see it. But yeah, I was actually lurking in your stream the whole time. How was your stream though? And also for the people that have come here from Fox, hi, I'm TB. I play video games, oftentimes military related, sometimes not. The game is refusing to load apparently. This is actually an issue that I've had before, so around there is the lag arrow. Wee. Today we're playing Gods Online, which is like fairly military related.
やっと帰ってきた
It's also a gacha game, sort of. And the story is... Yeah. You're like 3 layers of nerd? She sure is. She plays video games, she does art, she does music. I'm pretty sure she likes anime stuff as well, let's be honest here, she is a VTuber. Hope you're doing alright. Why is this not working right now? What did I break? I broke something. Mirror stage doesn't want to load. It's just black screen. Hello? I broke the rerun of the event. Yikes. Restart the game. Maybe. Maybe something to do with RPK smiling. Honestly, everything has to do with RPK smiling. Like, Leona dying? I don't think that was a White Knight, so I'm pretty sure that RPK just slit her throat.
少女伝線
Especially with everything that we knew of after the fact. Like, we know that already at the fire where Angel was supposed to be assassinated, she was already playing against us.
そんなに緊張しないでまずはお茶でも一杯どう
Which is not great. Will you load? Hey, it works. Let's go. But I hope you had a good time, Fox. Xeno's Circle of Knowledge. Whatever that means. And his temporary hideout. Well. It's no good. Jay ran the DNA samples we collected through the database, but there wasn't a single match. All their criminal records are clean and they have no medical history on file. I'm afraid they're unregistered population from the Yellow Zone. What about the 2 Niter bodies? They have been inspected and an autopsy is underway. But we haven't discovered anything worth mentioning. Has Gray been found yet? We are not authorized to place her under investigation. The evidence we've gathered so far isn't enough to threaten her. I've tried to track down some of the security guards who were present at the storage facility the day before yesterday, but they've all gone missing. They are most probably silenced. This woman is utterly ruthless. Angie grits her teeth. She has been going at it wrong since the very beginning. Gray will go to any length to achieve her aim. It won't be so easy to get her hands on this woman. So basically, we don't know where she is right now, yeah? That's right. The media have found out about the attack on the sanatorium and investigated the scene. Gray herself has not appeared to address the incident so far. Some people are speculating that she's been abducted, but even if she shows herself, we can't really do anything to her. Angie kicks the leg of the table furiously, scattering everything onto the floor. Since the surveillance system was sabotaged at the crime scene, we don't know how the White Knight managed to kill Leona. Look! The surveillance system that we had managed to get RPK access to is magically malfunctioning. Right around the time when she was running away with Leona, who then ended up dying. By the time AK-15 found her, she had already committed suicide, so that doesn't lead us anywhere. Totally not us. Totally not. In other words, I have no more cards to play, huh? Angie's fist is clenched nearly tight enough to crush her own phalanges. She stares at the mess lighting the floor with her jaws locked into mind racing. Leona's dead. Gray is missing. The killer is conveniently out of the picture. All her leads have turned into dead ends. She was hoping she could find out more from Grey, but that woman is more tight-lipped than she thought. Other than the connection with Morido, Grey didn't reveal much about herself. Morido? Angie suddenly jumps to her feet. Miss Angie? 12, get me the commander. I need to see Morido. No problem. AK-12 at your service. AK-12. Angie opens her mouth, but is then at a loss for words. Contact the commander, RPK. We need to talk. On it. The line is connected. Hello, commander. Are you there? Our boss wants to talk to you. RPK, is Angie looking for me? I'm currently... Commander? Angie? Good afternoon, Commander. How are things on your end? Going well, I guess. We just found the lead. How about you? I'm getting by. Actually, I have a favor to ask of you. Why so formal? Just ask. Morido, that Naito, is she still with you? Morido, you mean Macklin? Yeah, she is. Have you gotten anything out of her? Haven't I told you already? So, did you not learn anything new after that? Nothing worth mentioning for the moment, or at least nothing worth bothering you over. You need to pick up the pace. I've told you before, Morido is very crafty. She's stalling for time, should be able to tell. Yeah, I'm prepared for that. But this is Macklin, a completely different person from Morido altogether. Do you really believe that? Yes, I believe she is not the person you're talking about. Forget it. Who cares what she's called? I have some questions for her. Send her to me. You have something to ask her? But I've told you everything she knows. Then she must be hiding something. I don't have time to waste on this bullshit. What are you going to do? Do you believe me or her? Calm down, Angie. I know what you want, but I can't do that right now. She revealed something about a medicine that is very effective against Elite, and we're handling it right now. An Elite medicine. She told me about the research on radiation sickness therapy and certain drug samples. If I can get my hands on them, we'll be able to help a lot of people. You actually believe that rubbish? I'm not certain either, but it's worth a try. If such a medicine really does exist, you can save your precious little adjutants. Oh, this isn't just for Kalina's sake. Enough. It has nothing to do with me. All I'm asking is if you can send her over. I can't do that right now. Angie. What the fuck is wrong with you? How many times do I have to tell you? Morido excels in disguise and deception. And now you believe everything she says. Are you just going to ignore all of my warnings? She is not Morido. Look. Look, are you having some difficulties? We can talk later. Once things are settled on my end, we can pick a place and meet. I'll be able to explain everything then. Oh yes, she's Macklin, yeah. You'd rather believe all that crap she's spewing. You think Kalina's life is more important than tens of thousands of Berlin citizens? Are you out of your damn mind? I'm not. The Earl allowed me to handle Macklin as I see fit, and I've done exactly that. So you're pulling this rank on me now, is that it? That's not my intention. Fine. Fine, I get it. Suit yourself. I'm sorry, but I think you need to calm down a little. We'll talk later. Once I'm finished here, I'll call you again. Angie holds a communicator at the wall. That's expensive. Angie. Light opens his mouth, seemingly hoping to pacify Angie, but decided against it. He knows it isn't in his place to say anything right now. God damn it. This hits different. This is not like being betrayed by Hobbs, Morido, or anyone else. Angie never thought the commander would let her down. Angie's reason tells her that this isn't exactly betrayal, but she's still reeling with disbelief. Angie hammers the table with her fist. What she said was also uncalled for. Her agitation is causing her to make rash decisions. How could she take a cheap shot at the commander with Kalina's condition? Calm down. She needs to calm down. Angie? Griffin. Angie looks up. Commander brought up the Earl, yeah? That's right. Considering the present state of affairs, that guy should be showing himself pretty soon. Isn't he busy with more important matters? What could be more important than stopping terrorist attacks? He was totally screwing with me. Angie. RPK blinks. You need to calm down. If it gets 12 were here, I'm sure that's what she'd say. If 12 were here, she'd already be dialing the old number. Fortunately, I don't have his contact details. Actually, none of us do. Communication with him has always been one-sided. We can't get in touch with him. Light. Is RPK is right. We're also only taking orders from above. Even Jay doesn't know about where these orders come from. Our superior won't tell us either. Agent's rules. You have a point. Why did I even bother asking you? I'm really at my wit's end here. Andy taps the table softly. Her fury has slowly subsided as she appears to be in deep thought again. Venus Owl. What? That's the bar where we first met. Also where I met the commander. The one in the Old Town District. It's quite out of the way. It does make for the perfect place for secret meetings. It's not that simple. The Earl owns that place. The entire bar is under his control. In other words, that's where we'll find him. And she gets up and starts pacing back and forth. That's right, we're setting off now. I need to see the Earl. I'm going to ask him exactly what he's planning to do. I don't believe this is wise. And surely you know that we're just pawns in this game of chess. No one will ever blame the chess piece for its mistake. They just laugh at the player for making a bad move. You've already done all you can. It might not be a bad idea to just wait and see for now. Just doing all I can means nothing, RPK. What I need is results. So long as I'm still on my feet, I will never watch while things unfold. If I were content with being a chess piece and letting these bigwigs push me around, how would I be any different from Jaeger? Captain Jaeger's final struggle did not change his fate as a chess piece. He simply lost, but at least he tried. I beat him. Even if he tried to fight back, then that's also the least I can do. No wonder we're called the Task Force Defy. RPK smiles sagely. She shakes her head and stops trying to talk Angie into changing her minds. Now that we're all in agreement, get 15 and 94 here. Light, you're coming with me. Right. Angie takes off a cord of its hanger and flings it over her shoulders, then makes for the door with determination in her eyes. Bad omen. Very bad omen. Let me drink something. I am noticing from all this reading, again, my throat is dying. I don't know what it is about this game specifically, but whenever I play this game, rather than like any other game, my throat just fucking explodes within 2 hours. Like, even in GFL 2 it doesn't seem to be that bad yet. When I was playing through Valhalla, it's a lot of text. It's not even just that, but like when I was playing through Valhalla, I didn't have the problem either. But GFL is always like 2, maybe 3 hours, and I'm starting to get some throat pains. Athena's Owl. Andy slams a bionic fist on the bar table, causing the wooden surface to crack. Where is the Earl? I don't know what you're talking about. Don't play dumb. I'm asking you, where is Griffin? The bar looks very different from Angie's 2 previous visits. Apart from Angie, Light, and the Defied Oath, the only person here is a member of the staff. She was prepared to have Light send away all unrelated bystanders, but things appear to be much simpler. Angie eyes the bartender before her and sneers. Reaching for the gun under the counter. Wanna bet which of us will get to it sooner? Listen here. Angie leans forward with her elbow planted on the counter. This isn't anything personal. I'm not here looking for trouble. You've seen me before. I met the Earl here. I just want to get in touch with him because there's something important that I wish to discuss. If I don't get him fast enough, there could be catastrophic consequences that neither of us can live with. Do you understand? The bartender stares at Angie and shakes his head. I have no idea what you're on about. Well, this isn't going anywhere. 15. The hidden chamber's to the left. There's a massive empty space behind the second wine rack. What? The bartender blanches. With a whoosh, he lets go of the glass he's cleaning and reaches under his counter. But Angie is faster. A powerful bionic arm punches right through the counter and grabs the pistol that is taped to the underside. What did I tell you? This... Light swings himself over the counter and starts inspecting the location that AK-15 pointed out. Found it. He pulled out a wine bottle that seems to be fixed in the rack and gives it a turn. And the rack retracts to reveal an opening in the wall. How old school. If it weren't for 15, no one would have thought to look for this kind of mechanism. You'll regret this. I've been living in regret for many years. Over all the things I didn't do. After knocking out the bartender with the butt of a gun, Angie follows Light into the secret passage. Light suddenly stops in his tracks. What? Have you found the comm station? No, but... Light looks hesitant. What is it? Angie has a bad feeling. She brushes past Light and enters the hidden chamber. Before Angie, a giant map of Berlin takes up an entire wall in the chamber. Angie now understands why the bar isn't well defended at all. Other than the map on the wall, the hidden chamber is completely empty. Has she come at a bad time, or did the Earl know she was coming? No. The Earl wasn't expecting her. If he were here, he wouldn't have left us behind. Angie walks up to the wall and traces the roads with a finger. Many intelligence officers must have gathered here in the past and created a large web using pins and strings. She could still see the numerous marks they have left on the map. Her eyes fall on one particular spot on the map. It's circled in red and labeled Angelia. A luxury residential area. Why is it labeled with your name? The mansion. What? The mansion. The mansion is there. I see. I see now. It's been here all along. The Earl, he knew but never told me. This asshole. Angie clenches her fist, but soon unclenches them. Just as well. Now we have a new lead. I still think this isn't wise, Angie. You're just like a moth hurtling straight towards a flame. Enough already. Stop giving me unsolicited advice like AK-12. I've made up my mind. Really? Alright then. I suppose there's no stopping you. RPK shakes her head. She looks at Angie, then looks at the map, then at the map on the wall. Her eyes twinkle with sinister amusement. I really, really hate RPK. Jesus Christ, what a bitch. She knows exactly what will happen there. Well, for one, because she's the one planning it, but... Let's do the news report and then I'll end the stream for the day. My throat is actually just starting to burn. This is just in. There was a malfunction at the quarantine wall to the southeast of the city yesterday. The monitoring station's report indicates that the malfunction did not result in any leak of collapse particles, so there is little cause for concern. A maintenance team has been dispatched to inspect and repair the malfunction. More breaking news. There has been an unexplained explosion at the Grey Institute of Biotechnology. The exterior wall of the institute has suffered minor damage. We are handing over to Shadowless, who has arrived at the scene. Right. This suspected attack hasn't caused any casualties, but according to a worker, Miss Grey has gone missing since the explosion. Oh. The rescuers have also discovered that the explosion was very likely caused by the use of explosives. In other words, it may have been an... Oh, wait, no. The rescue parts of so no way so far. Okay, been an intentional attack. Oh. The space is now sealed off. Please leave. Hold on, wait from the DRF. May I ask who... We are under orders to evict all press. Please leave at once, or you will be forced to take stronger measures. The main station, we are being sent away. They're probably from the Ministry of Security. The entire institute has been sealed off, and all reporters, including us, have been asked to leave at once. But I'm used to this. They do this a lot. We are planning to... What? Right. Another explosion just occurred in the nearby Galatea medical storage facility, and the scene is in utter chaos. According to my fellow correspondent already at the scene, Galatea Corporations immediately held a press conference after the incident. They claimed that it was a premeditated attack and denounced the hidden orchestrator. However, the police seems to be interrupting the press conference. We'll be heading over right away to bring you the latest news. Okay, this is where I will be calling it for today, because, again, my throat is just fucking on fire at this point. Maybe I put too much energy into this. I don't know. Even when that would be the case, I don't know if the results are gonna be any good, but I try, yippee! Now, who am I gonna raid for today? Okay. How about... Whoop. Big. How about I go and raid into Beru? I don't often get to raid them, because they usually don't really stream at the time that I end my stream. Big floof. Big floof. And they're currently playing Valheim in co-op with, I think, only Lappen, but I am not sure. Actually, looking at the numbers of both of them, I'm gonna raid into Lappen. So he has lower numbers right now. Actually, no. Yeah, no, well, I raid Lappen, like, so often. Let's go say hi to Beru. Fuck it. Yeah. So, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so tomorrow should, depending on how everything goes, be Jagged Alliance 3 with Sleepless. Depending on how things go, it might be something that I play solo instead, or it might be that we end up playing Tarkov if he doesn't feel like playing Jagged Alliance, which is entirely fine, or something entirely different. We don't know yet. It'll be fun. But if everything goes after to plan, Jagged Alliance. Yeah. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again to Fox for the raid. And have a good night. Bye-bye.